Welcome back. Today, we dive deep into the fascinating world of British coinage and spotlight a forgotten, yet incredibly valuable piece of UK currency history, the half-new-penny coins. These small copper coins were once overlooked by many, but in recent years, collectors have come to appreciate their rarity and historical significance, especially when found in specific years and conditions. We uncovering the top 7 most valuable half-new-penny coins from the United Kingdom, what makes them rare, how condition impacts their value, and what prices they are fetching in the modern auction market in terms of US dollars. So stay tuned, because one of these coins could be sitting in your old change jar. So let's get started. First up, we're diving into the fascinating world of British coins, focusing on a small yet remarkable piece of history, the United Kingdom half-new penny from 1974. Though tiny in size, this coin has attracted the attention of numismatists and investors worldwide due to its intriguing background, rare characteristics, and its surprising market value even in dull or circulated condition. Stay with us as we unravel the mystery behind this undervalued coin and explore why it's gaining popularity in today's coin auctions, especially in the US dollar market. Let's begin with the introduction to this historic coin. The half-new penny, also referred to as one half-new penny, was introduced as part of the decimalization process in the United Kingdom. Decimalization was a significant currency reform that took place on February 15, 1971, known as Decimal Day. The aim was to simplify the British monetary system, transitioning from the old pounds, shillings, and pence to a more straightforward decimal system. This tiny coin, the half-new penny, was one of the smallest units created, holding a value of 1/200th of a pound. It was initially issued in 1971 and remained in circulation until 1984, but the year 1974 is one of the most noteworthy due to lower mintage and limited surviving examples in collectible condition today. Now, let's discuss the history and background that make the 1974 half-new penny particularly interesting. Designed by Arnold Machin, the obverse of the coin features the youthful portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. This portrait was used on many British coins during the early decimal years. The reverse side of the coin carries the denomination one half-new penny, with a crown insignia above it, a symbol of authority and tradition in British coinage. Even though millions were minted, most were not preserved due to the coin's tiny value, which caused people to either spend or discard them. Over the years, inflation made them even more obsolete, resulting in fewer high-quality examples remaining in public hands. What makes this coin unique is its size, metal content, and historical significance. It was struck in bronze, measuring just 17.14 millimeters in diameter and weighing a mere 1.78 grams. Though many may ignore this coin due to its small face value, coin collectors see it as an important relic of Britain's transition into the modern decimal era. The year 1974 doesn't feature any significant mint errors or variations that are well documented, yet it remains highly collectible due to scarcity in pristine or even moderate condition. Many of the remaining examples are found in dull, circulated states, which ironically adds to their charm and market appeal for some collectors seeking authentic, well-traveled pieces. In terms of rarity and condition, dull or heavily circulated coins are often overlooked by casual observers. However, in the world of numismatics, even dull-condition coins can be of great interest if they represent a specific historical phase or come from a year with lower survival rates. The 1974 half-new penny in dull condition may not command a premium like proof or uncirculated pieces, but due to its age and limited collector-grade examples, it still attracts attention, especially in international markets such as the United States, where collectors pursue British decimal coinage to complete their global collections. This coin has seen renewed demand. It's also a fact that this denomination was demonetized in 1984, meaning it no longer holds legal tender status in the UK, which further increases its desirability as a discontinued currency. Let's take a look at current auction market trends and its value in US dollars. While the face value of the coin is nearly negligible, its collector value can surprise you. On various online auction platforms like eBay and numismatic forums, the 1974 half-new penny in dull condition has been sold for prices ranging from a couple of dollars up to $165,000, depending on its wear, patina, and presentation. Coins with historical context or presented with collector cards and protective sleeves tend to fetch higher bids. Some collectors pay extra for dull coins because they display a natural bronze tone that develops from oxidation over time, giving the coin a unique aged aesthetic. In rare cases, coins with historical documentation or from prestigious collections can go for even higher prices, especially if a bidding war breaks out among passionate collectors. So what tips can we offer to collectors interested in acquiring or preserving this unique coin? First, don't overlook coins just because they're dull or show signs of age. Natural toning and wear can add character and increase value depending on the collector's taste. Always check your old coin jars and inherited collections. You might be sitting on one of these half-new pennies without realizing its worth. If you find one, avoid harsh cleaning methods, as that can significantly decrease its value. Store it in a dry, protected environment, preferably inside a coin flip or album to prevent further deterioration. When buying, look for authenticity, and if possible, buy from sellers with good reputations and clear images. It might also help to join online coin communities to share knowledge and get your pieces appraised or discussed among experienced hobbyists. The 1974 United Kingdom half-new penny in dull condition is a prime example of how even the smallest and seemingly insignificant coins can hold surprising value in the modern collector market. Its connection to British history, its role in the decimalization process, and its growing scarcity make it a piece worth considering for any serious coin enthusiast. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just beginning your numismatic journey, this humble bronze coin offers a fascinating story and a potential treasure hiding in plain sight. Keep your eyes open, check your collections, and who knows, you might just uncover a piece of history that's worth more than its weight in copper. Next up, we explore the fascinating story and potential value of the 1975 United Kingdom half-new penny coin, especially in circulated fine condition. This tiny coin, once considered insignificant, has now caught the attention of serious collectors and auction houses across the globe. So, if you've got one of these in your collection or stumble upon it in your pocket change, this video could be your golden ticket to understanding its rarity, historical importance, and surprising market value in today's coin world, particularly when converted into dollars. Let's begin with the background of the coin. The half-new penny, or one-half penny, was introduced as part of the United Kingdom's decimalization process, which officially began in 1971. This monumental shift was one of the most significant changes in the UK's monetary system, replacing the old pounds, shillings, and pence with a simplified decimal structure. The one-half-new penny coin was introduced to ease the transition and to accommodate pricing systems during this major currency overhaul. The 1975 version was part of this early decimal series, produced by the Royal Mint under Queen Elizabeth II's reign. It bore her second portrait, sculpted by Arnold Machin, showing the young monarch crowned with the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. This design was widely admired and used on British coinage from the late 1960s to the early 1980s. Despite being the smallest denomination, the half-new penny had significant cultural and economic importance at the time. It was primarily used for small transactions, bus fares, confectionery items, and basic groceries. However, due to its minimal buying power and rising production costs, the coin was eventually demonetized in 1984. That decision marked the end of the halfpenny in everyday circulation, making surviving examples, especially in better condition, increasingly rare. Now let's look at what makes the 1975 half-new penny particularly interesting to collectors. First, although it was not the rarest year of issue for this coin, the 1975 version was produced in relatively modest quantities compared to the early decimal years like 1971 and 1972. More importantly, after its withdrawal, many people overlooked the coin's future collectible value due to its small size and low face value. As a result, very few were preserved in high grades, and those that survived were often circulated heavily, which makes fine-condition pieces with decent detail stand out more in today's collector circles. A coin in fine condition generally shows visible design features with slight wear, offering a balanced middle ground between affordability and collectible appeal. Let's explore its physical characteristics. The coin was made of bronze, weighed just 1.78 grams, and measured 17.14 millimeters in diameter, making it one of the smallest UK coins ever issued. The reverse of the coin, designed by Christopher Ironside, features the crowned portcullis, a traditional symbol of the British Parliament. Below the design is the inscription, New Penny, with the number 1/2 prominently centered, which makes it very recognizable even today. This simple yet iconic design gave the coin its lasting identity. In today's market, this little coin can turn heads, especially at online auctions and numismatic sales. Although not all 1975 halfpennies command high values, certain pieces in fine or better condition, particularly those with excellent detail or unique toning, can fetch surprising sums. Auction listings have shown these coins selling anywhere between $200,000 for typical fine condition examples, and in some cases, due to collector bidding wars or historical demand values can spike beyond $265,000. Coins still sealed in sets or those with errors such as misstrikes, off-center impressions, or unusual patinas can bring in considerably more. While this might not sound like a fortune, considering the coin's original face value was just half a penny, even a modest return in dollars represents an impressive leap in value. For bulk collectors, or those holding dozens of these coins, the total resale potential becomes even more attractive. Now, let's talk about why this coin is seeing a rise in demand. The resurgence of interest in British pre-decimal and early decimal coinage is partly driven by nostalgia, but also by the internationalization of coin collecting. Collectors from the United States, Canada, Australia, and other Commonwealth countries are increasingly acquiring coins that reflect British heritage and history. As these 1975 halfpennies get scarcer and the number of collectors grows, the simple principle of supply and demand begins to push prices upward. The coin's small size also makes it ideal for display, mounting, or packaging in educational kits, adding to its utility in the collectible world. For anyone looking to collect or sell a 1975 half-new penny coin, a few helpful tips can maximize your success. Always examine the coin under proper lighting and magnification to check its detail, wear level, and any unusual markings. If your coin has maintained some original luster or displays minimal contact marks despite being circulated, it could be worth more than expected. If you're unsure about grading or authenticity, consider having the coin evaluated by a professional grading service or a trusted numismatist. Online platforms such as eBay, Heritage Auctions, and Etsy can give you an idea of how much similar coins are selling for. Keep in mind that presentation matters, so well-photographed and clearly described listings tend to attract more bidders and higher prices. While the 1975 United Kingdom half-new penny may seem small in size and value, it holds a significant place in the story of modern British coinage. In circulated fine condition, this coin is a delightful find for any numismatist and a tiny treasure with growing value in today's auction market. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a beginner just starting to explore old coins, the one half-new penny serves as a symbol of a unique monetary transition and an affordable entry into the world of rare British coin collecting. Next up, the United Kingdom half-new penny coin from the year 1971, specifically in uncirculated condition. This little copper coin, though tiny in size and denomination, has gained surprising interest in today's auction market, and its value in US dollars might just surprise you. Let's begin by understanding the historical background of the half-new penny coin. In 1971, the United Kingdom officially transitioned to a decimal currency system, replacing the complex pounds, shillings, and pence structure with a much simpler and modern form. This massive change in currency came to be known as Decimal Day, which occurred on February 15, 1971. To make the transition smoother, the Royal Mint introduced a completely new set of coins. Among them was the half-new penny coin, often simply referred to as the one-half penny coin. It was the lowest denomination of the new decimal coins, worth 1/200th of a pound, or 0.005 pounds. The 1971 half-new penny was the very first of its kind, marking the beginning of a new monetary chapter in British history. It featured a simple yet classic design. On the obverse side, it displayed the youthful portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin. Her effigy was accompanied by the legend, Elizabeth II DG Reg FD, followed by the year of issue, 1971. On the reverse side of the coin, the design included a beautiful depiction of St. Edward's crown, one of the most important royal symbols of Britain, and the denomination written clearly as one half-new penny. The coin was minted in bronze, giving it a reddish copper appearance, and it measured just 17.14 millimeters in diameter, weighing only 1.78 grams. Now let's talk about the unique features that make this coin stand out, especially when it comes to the 1971 version in uncirculated condition. First and foremost, although millions of these coins were struck in 1971 for circulation, very few were kept in pristine, untouched mint state condition. Many coins ended up in circulation, suffering scratches, tarnishing, and edge wear. However, the uncirculated coins that were either sealed in Royal Mint sets or preserved by keen collectors remain in gem condition and shine with a luster that's rare for such a low-denomination coin. The sharpness of Queen Elizabeth's portrait, the crispness of the crown, and the lack of contact marks or discoloration set these coins apart from the circulated versions. When it comes to rarity and collector interest, the 1971 half-new penny in uncirculated condition is becoming increasingly hard to find. Although it was a common coin at the time, the the denomination was never popular with the public. Many people saw little use for such a small value, and the coin was often discarded or lost. By 1984, the Royal Mint withdrew the half-penny from circulation altogether. Because of this, collectors today struggle to find high-grade examples of this coin. And as we know in the numismatic world, rarity plus condition equals value. That's exactly what we're seeing with this coin. Now let's the current market value of the 1971 half-new penny coin in uncirculated condition. While circulated versions of this coin can still be found in bulk lots or online listings for a few cents each, the value increases dramatically when the coin is in mint state or uncirculated condition. In recent auctions and coin marketplaces, uncirculated examples have fetched anywhere from $157,000, and in some cases, particularly high-quality specimens in official mint packaging or proof-like conditions have sold for even more. Some online sellers are listing gem uncirculated examples for $275,000, and a few slabbed and graded examples by reputable services such as NGC or PCGS have reached price points of $75 or higher, depending on eye appeal and grade. As demand grows for decimal-era coins, especially those from the first year of issue like the 1971 half-new penny, their value is likely to climb further. Collectors interested in building complete decimal collections or focusing on firsts from each series often seek out this coin, making competition fiercer in the marketplace. If you're a collector or someone just entering the hobby, here are a few essential tips. Always look for coins in uncirculated condition with minimal blemishes and strong eye appeal. Try to obtain coins from original Royal Mint sets or from reliable dealers who guarantee the grade. Avoid cleaned or damaged examples, as they can lose value significantly. Also consider getting your best examples graded and encapsulated by a professional grading service, which not only preserves the coin but also boosts its credibility and resale potential. The United Kingdom's 1971 half-new penny may be one of the smallest and lowest denomination coins in British history, but it holds significant numismatic value for collectors, especially in uncirculated condition. Its place in the decimal revolution of 1971, combined with its growing scarcity in pristine form, makes it a hidden gem in the world of coin collecting. Next up, we're exploring the incredible story and collector value behind the United Kingdom half-new penny from the year 1976, a small yet historically rich coin that holds a surprising place in the auction world, especially when found in very fine condition. Whether you are a seasoned collector or just curious about rare currency, this video will guide you through everything you need to know about the 1976 half-new penny and why it may be worth much more than just half a penny in today's market. Let's begin with the introduction and historical background of this unique coin. The half-new penny, also known simply as the one-half penny, was introduced as part of the decimalization process that the United Kingdom undertook in the early 1970s. Decimalization replaced the old system of pounds, shillings, and pence with a simplified system where 1 pound equaled 100 pence. The one-half penny coin was introduced in 1971 and continued to be minted until 1984. The 1976 issue stands out among collectors due to its relatively lower mintage compared to earlier years and its association with an era of economic change and adjustment in the UK. The coin was minted by the Royal Mint and was made of bronze, measuring approximately 17.1 millimeters in diameter and weighing about 1.78 grams. On the obverse of the coin, we see the familiar portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin, featuring Her Majesty facing right and wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. The reverse side of the coin was designed by Christopher Ironside and features a depiction of St. Edward's crown, a symbol of British monarchy and tradition, along with the words one-half-new penny and the date, 1976, clearly inscribed. Its small size and reddish bronze color make it a unique collectible item, especially when preserved in very fine condition with visible details and minimal wear. What makes the 1976 half-new penny particularly interesting to collectors is not only its historical context, but also its growing scarcity. Although millions were initially minted, most of these coins were used in daily transactions, leading to a gradual loss of high-grade specimens. Over time, these coins were pulled from circulation, misplaced, or simply discarded due to their low face value, resulting in fewer surviving examples in excellent or very fine condition. This rarity, combined with nostalgia and demand from both UK and international collectors, has pushed its value far beyond its original denomination. Now let's talk about the rarity and collector demand. Coins from this era are often overlooked, but collectors specializing in decimal-era coinage understand the importance of condition and mintage numbers. A half-new penny from 1976 in average circulated condition might not catch much attention. However, a coin in very fine or extremely fine condition, showing minimal signs of wear, crisp details, and original luster, can be a sought-after piece. These coins are harder to find than one might think, especially those that have not been heavily circulated or damaged over time. Collectors actively look for these better-grade coins to complete their decimal sets, and when demand outweighs supply, prices naturally begin to rise. In the current auction market, prices for the 1976 half-new penny in very fine condition can vary significantly. While the coin's face value is virtually nothing in modern transactions, its value in the collector's world can range from $100,000 to even higher, depending on its visual appeal and grade. In recent online auctions, coins in very fine condition have fetched up to $150,000 or more, while exceptional specimens that approach uncirculated condition or a part of a certified slab can go even higher. For a coin that many people thought was worthless, this is a surprising and exciting revelation. In specialized numismatic auctions or online marketplaces like eBay, dealers and private sellers alike are offering these coins at premium rates, especially as interest in decimal-era coins continues to grow globally. If you're a collector or someone interested in getting into coin collecting, here are some important tips to keep in mind when dealing with the 1976 half-new penny. First, always assess the coin's condition carefully. Very fine coins should show only slight wear on the high points, clear inscriptions, and full rim detail. Avoid coins with heavy corrosion, scratches, or cleaning marks, as these significantly reduce value. Second, consider getting your coins graded by a professional service if you believe they are in particularly high-grade condition. Certification from an authority like NGC or PCGS can boost buyer confidence and raise the coin's auction value. Lastly, be cautious when purchasing these coins online. Always check seller ratings and request clear photos to verify authenticity and condition. The United Kingdom half-new penny from 1976 is a small but mighty coin that carries more than just a face value. It carries history, nostalgia, and growing value in today's collector market. While many people once ignored or discarded these coins, collectors today understand their importance, especially when found in better grades like very fine condition. Whether you inherited one, found it in an old drawer, or purchased it from a dealer, this little bronze coin could be worth far more than you think. Next up, the half-new penny from the year 1973. Despite its tiny size and humble face value, this coin has found a special place in the hearts of collectors worldwide, especially when found in very fine condition. This copper-plated coin has started gaining attention in today's auction markets, and its potential value in dollars might just surprise you. Let's begin with a bit of history. The half-new penny coin was introduced in the United Kingdom as part of the decimalization process, which took place in 1971. This changeover was a monumental moment in British monetary history, transitioning the UK currency system from pounds, shillings, and pence to a simplified system based on 100 new pence to the pound. Among the newly issued coins was the half-new penny, often referred to as the one-half penny. Although it was the smallest denomination and was never very popular in everyday use, it held a unique purpose: to enable precise pricing during the early stages of decimal pricing. Now, focusing on the 1973 half-new penny, this particular year holds special significance. While the half-new penny was first minted in 1971, by 1973 it had become a staple in circulation. However, because of its extremely low value and minimal use, many people ignored it or discarded it. Over time, this led to a significant reduction in the number of surviving pieces in very fine or uncirculated condition. The 1973 version was struck in copper-plated steel, with the reverse design featuring the denomination and a stylized crown, while the obverse bears the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II designed by Arnold Machin. This portrait was widely used on British coins during the 1970s and has now become iconic. What makes the 1973 half-new penny coin particularly interesting is its rarity in the current coin market. Although millions were minted, most have been lost, damaged, or corroded due to the coin's small size and minimal face value. Collectors often seek coins that are not only rare, but also preserved in very fine or better condition. A 1973 half-new penny in such condition typically features minimal wear, visible details on the Queen's portrait, and only light surface marks. This level of preservation makes it stand out compared to the average circulated example, which is usually heavily worn or corroded. As for its current demand, collectors are increasingly appreciating low-denomination coins from the early decimal era. The half-new penny, being a demonetized coin that hasn't been legal tender since 1984, carries a nostalgic charm and historical value that many collectors find irresistible. Auction houses and online marketplaces have seen rising interest in these coins, especially those in very fine condition or better. Prices can vary depending on condition and provenance, but some well-preserved examples have fetched surprising amounts, ranging from $250,000 or more. In certain rare cases, especially for coins with unique toning, mint errors, or proof-like surfaces, the value can climb even higher. For those of you who are new to coin collecting or are considering adding a 1973 half-new penny to your collection, there are a few tips to keep in mind. First, always look for coins that have clear detail, minimal scratches, and little to no corrosion. Avoid coins that are heavily worn or damaged, as these hold less collector value. It's also important to store your coin properly. Use acid-free holders or protective cases to avoid tarnishing and damage over time. If you ever decide to sell your coin, especially through an auction platform, professional grading or authentication might increase your coin's credibility and final price. While the 1973 United Kingdom half-new penny may appear to be a small and insignificant coin at first glance, rarity in very fine condition and place in numismatic history make it a valuable addition to any collection. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a beginner in the world of rare coins, keeping an eye out for this tiny piece of copper-plated currency could be a smart move. As interest in early decimal coins grows, so too could the value of coins like this one. Next up, the United Kingdom half-new penny from the year 1979. This tiny copper-plated coin might not catch your eye at first glance rarity. In current demand in the collector's market, you'll realize why it holds such an impressive place among British decimal coins. If you're a coin collector or someone simply curious about rare currency, this is a coin you need to know about. Let's begin with the background and history of the coin. The half-new penny, introduced in 1971 during the decimalization of the British currency system, was the smallest denomination of the new decimal series. The 1979 version was part of a continuation of this coin's short life in circulation, as it was eventually demonetized in 1984. What makes the 1979 half-new penny especially interesting is the context in which it was produced. During the late 1970s, inflation and changing economic needs began to reduce the coin's practical utility, but it still remained in circulation for small, everyday transactions. The 1979 issue was produced for general circulation, but in relatively smaller quantities compared to some earlier years, and coins that have survived in fine condition are becoming harder to find with each passing year. Now turning to the coin's unique features, the 1979 half-new penny is made from copper-plated steel, although some earlier versions were struck in bronze. It weighs approximately 1.78 grams and measures 17.14 millimeters in diameter, making it one of the smallest UK coins ever minted. The obverse side features the famous portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin, which was widely used on British coins during that era. The reverse side carries the image of a crown with the denomination 1 half-new penny inscribed clearly underneath it. This design was simple, elegant, and uniquely British, instantly recognizable to anyone who used UK coinage during that time. As we consider the rarity and collector interest in this coin, it's important to note that while millions of half-new pennies were produced during the 1970s, many were lost, melted down, or discarded due to their low value. In recent years, collectors have shown a growing interest in acquiring coins from the early decimal era and high grades. The 1979 edition, when found in fine or very fine condition, becomes significantly more appealing because it is not easy to find without scratches, wear, or corrosion. Its copper-plated surface often dulls over time, so finding a coin that has retained its original shine or has only minor signs of circulation is a real prize for collectors, especially those building a complete decimal set from the Queen Elizabeth II reign. Let's move on to the current auction market and the potential value of this coin in dollars. While the face value of the coin is less than 1 British penny, and it was demonetized decades ago, certain well-preserved examples have fetched surprising amounts on online auction platforms. In recent auctions, 1979 half-new pennies in fine to very fine condition have been listed and sold for anywhere between $300,000, depending on the coin's state and the demand at the time. Proof versions, or coins graded and certified by a professional service, can fetch significantly higher prices, especially if there's evidence of mint errors or unusual toning. Collectors in the United States and around the world are particularly drawn to this coin not only for its rarity, but also because it represents a unique period in British coinage history that is now gone forever. For collectors looking to add a 1979 half-new penny to their collection, there are some important tips to keep in mind. First, Always verify the authenticity of the coin and avoid replicas or novelty copies that sometimes circulate online. Second, examine the coin carefully for key features like clear legends, strong edge detail, and minimal surface marks. If you find a coin with full detail and only slight signs of handling, you may have a valuable piece in your hands. Lastly, keep an eye on reputable coin auction websites and coin fairs, as these are often the best places to spot genuine listings and possibly negotiate for a better price. Storing the coin properly in a coin album or protective case will also preserve its condition and maintain or increase its value over time. The United Kingdom half-new penny from 1979 might be a small coin, but it carries with it a fascinating story and growing interest in the collector community. Its limited usefulness in commerce, short time in circulation, and historical significance make it a desirable piece for anyone passionate about rare coins. While its face value may seem minimal, its collector value is certainly climbing, especially in today's competitive auction market. It could be worth a lot more than you think. Next up, surprising value of the United Kingdom half-new penny 1978, a copper-plated coin that many overlook, but which holds a hidden charm and increasing demand in today's rare coin market, especially in excellent circulated condition. Whether you're a longtime collector or someone new to the hobby, this coin might just be a small piece of metal with a big tale to tell. Let's begin by understanding the history and background of this coin. The half-new penny was first introduced in the United Kingdom in 1971 during the time of decimalization, a period when the country moved from the old pounds, shillings, and pence system to a simpler decimal-based system. As part of this monetary overhaul, the Royal Mint created the half-new penny coin to represent 1/200th of a pound, which was intended to replace the old halfpenny coin used in the pre-decimal system. The 1978 version of this coin comes from a time when the UK was settling into its new decimalized currency structure, and while it was a fairly common coin during circulation years, its time in use was short-lived. By 1984, the Royal Mint ceased production of the half-new penny, and the coin was demonetized, meaning it was no longer legal tender. Now let's talk about the unique features of the 1978 half-new penny that make it worth your attention. The coin is made of bronze, which gives it a distinct reddish-brown appearance. It has a diameter of 17.14 millimeters and weighs just over 1.78 grams. On the obverse side, you'll find the elegant portrait of Queen Elizabeth II facing right, designed by Arnold Machin. His version of the Queen remained on British coinage for decades and is easily one of the most recognized royal portraits in modern British numismatic history. The reverse side of the coin features the crown of St. Edward with the inscription, "1 half-new penny," and the date, 1978, underneath. What may seem like a simple design at first glance actually carries a sense of national heritage, royal symbolism, and historical significance, especially as it marked the last era where fractions of a penny had purchasing power. Despite its original mass production, the rarity and collector appeal of the 1978 half-new penny in today's market depends greatly on its condition. In circulated but excellent condition, where the coin still retains clear details and minimal wear, it becomes a standout piece among collectors. Many coins from that period were lost, damaged, or melted down after demonetization. As a result, finding this coin in a well-preserved state has become increasingly rare. While it may not have the dramatic scarcity of error coins or uncirculated proofs, its collectible status is driven by nostalgia, historical value, and increasing demand in global auctions, especially from collectors outside the UK, who see it as an exotic, obsolete denomination. When we look at the auction market today, surprising values are being recorded for this humble coin. In circulated excellent condition, a 1978 half-new penny can fetch between $137,000 depending on the buyer and demand. However, in some niche collector forums and online auctions, especially on platforms like eBay, coin-specific marketplaces, or British coin collectors groups, this coin has been known to be listed and sometimes sold for as high as $250,000 when bundled with other rare denominations or offered in a graded coin slab. Though it may not seem like a fortune, consider that this was originally a coin worth just a fraction of a penny. Its increase in value over time speaks volumes about how even low-denomination coins can grow in worth as they age and become scarce. For collectors, there are a few important tips to keep in mind when it comes to this coin. Always check the surface details under good lighting. Pay close attention to Queen Elizabeth's facial features and the crown design on the reverse. A coin with fewer scratches, no corrosion, and sharp lettering can significantly outperform one with heavy wear or discoloration. It is also smart to compare prices across various marketplaces and avoid replicas or novelty editions. Authenticity matters, and while this coin isn't the rarest in existence, Genuine circulated examples in great condition are slowly disappearing into private collections and never returning to the open market. So if you come across one, it might be worth holding on to. The 1978 United Kingdom half-new penny may seem like a tiny piece of history, but its charm lies in its overlooked value and fascinating place in British monetary evolution. It represents a brief chapter of currency that has now vanished from daily life, but lives on in the hands of dedicated collectors. Whether you're hoping to build a complete UK decimal set or just love the idea of turning pocket change into a profitable hobby, this coin deserves a spot in your collection. Keep your eyes open at coin shops, flea markets, estate sales, or even your family's old coin jars, because finding this 1978 copper gem in excellent condition could be more rewarding than you think. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful and informative, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more rare coin stories and current market insights. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss our next treasure hunt. Until next time, happy collecting.